What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Andy, and on this channel we talk about audio, video, and tech. And in this week's episode, we're gonna build a wall-mounted charging station for less than 50 bucks. Let's do it. All right, guys, like I said, on this week's episode, we're building a charging station. But in order to do that, we need to go out into the world, grab a few things. I have a few things at the house that I'm gonna use as well. I do have some black zip ties here that we're gonna be using. And I do have a couple pegboard hooks left over in the garage from my workbench. So I will be using those. Those really only add a couple bucks to the cost. So if I can stay within budget, I'll factor that cost in at the end, knowing that, you know, not everybody has those on hand. So let's go out, let's grab a few things, and then we'll come back and we'll put this thing together. All right. All right. Pegboard, power strip and extension cords, little baskets and hooks, Velcro, tons of cables. Okay, guys, we got this pegboard, this metal pegboard from Lowe's for 12 bucks. It seems pretty nice. It does have these nice little, let's see if you can see that, like extension things on the back, so they can, like, it sits off the wall just a little bit. But for me, I wanted it to come up just a little bit more, and that is where these pegboard spacers come in. They're just, you get a pack of 6 of them. They got screws and anchors, so it's gonna be perfect for mounting our pegboard, and it's gonna give us a little extra depth off the wall, which I think will be cool. It'll help for routing cables behind the pegboard. And the mounting kit was like 3 bucks, something like that, pretty cheap. So what we'll do is these are gonna come through where they would normally mount the screws. Ooh, they don't fit. They don't fit. That's okay. I'm gonna get my drill and we're gonna make the holes bigger. Okay, now we're in action. That is what I was going for. Put the spacer here, so that's gonna hit the wall and give us a little extra room on the back, and then still plenty of screw to go into the anchor in the wall. All right, guys, the next thing is we need to gather up all our little battery charger block things. And we're gonna put some Velcro on them. So it's also important to know how you want your batteries to go in. So like with these batteries, they slide in like that. So I don't want the charger being mounted like that. So we're gonna make sure that we always have them mounted up so that the batteries don't just fall out. Okay. Let's put some Velcro on. Yay! These Velcro strips were $3.99 at Menards. Menards. Alright, Velcro on the back, just like that. Now, the fun part. Now we need to figure out how we're gonna lay this all out. And how this will work. We're gonna need to drill some holes. We need to widen some holes, let's put it that way. So that we can route this up through. Yeah, we do. Fun, more drilling. All right, better drill to drill the holes. Also, tasty beer, very important for the project. All right, great success. We can now fit a USB cable through this hole. So now we are gonna lay out kind of where all the chargers are gonna go, because I will have to drill more of those holes for each of the spots where the chargers are, and then we'll route it all back down to the power strip here. So I'm gonna lay things out real quick, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. All right, guys, I think I got this pretty much mapped out how I'm gonna have it for now. I'm gonna kind of keep all the batteries here on the one side. I'm gonna have a basket that has a USB C cable that can just charge random things. You can charge your phone, a power bank, whatever. And then the basket will store extra charging cables and charge batteries. And then I have this top hook here, and I thought I could either put my gimbal on it, or I could mount my drone on it or something like that, or even the controller for the drone, and maybe charge it as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna route all these cables through the back of this. We'll get everything fixed in place, and then we'll be ready to mount this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Also, fun fact, if you're gonna drill through metal, it leaves metal shavings everywhere. So make sure you have your vacuum handy. This is coming along nicely. I'm liking everything. I've still got tons of room too. So if I added another battery charging station thing, I can definitely fit it in here. I've got plenty of plugs on this thing. But right now I've got my drone batteries, my Sony batteries, my gimbal batteries, and my Canon style batteries for my monitors. So I've got everything I need right here. I've also got this bin where I can, again, charge some extra accessories. Like I've got a power bank I'll probably throw in there to charge, and it'll just kind of hold the extra cables and stuff. So pretty well laid out. Again, still got room for expansion. I'm gonna do some quick cable management. I've got cable ties. These are a couple bucks. I think these were $3. These were maybe $2 for the small ones. So a couple bucks, and we're just gonna tie up all the cables in the back nicely, and then we'll get this thing mounted. We'll get this thing mounted. All right, guys, it's time for the big reveal. We did all of that work to build out a charging station, a wall-mounted charging station. And I know I didn't show the mounting process. It's pretty boring. You just put some anchors in the wall and you screw the board into the wall. I don't know. It's super easy. I didn't feel like I probably needed to show that. So I apologize if you wanted to see that. But without further ado, let's take a look. All right, guys, here it is. Here is the new charging station. And because we did really great on our budget, I added some LED lights behind it as well. They were 15 bucks for an LED strip. And since, again, we were within our $50 budget for this build, I went ahead and threw them in. It looks super cool in the room. So yeah, who wouldn't want to add some lights? So yeah, there it is, all complete. Again, I've still got some room in the middle there. I can probably mount a couple more battery chargers. All right, there it is. All right, guys, before we then end the video, let's run back through our budget, because I will let you know that I absolutely failed the budget, but only by about 10 bucks. And again, if I wouldn't have added the LED lights, we would have been well under the $50 range. So we ended up about 60 bucks after the LED lights. We had about $12 for the metal pegboard. We had $7 for an extension cord. We had about $5 to $7 in zip ties, another $4 in Velcro. The small metal basket for the pegboard was about $10, and the hook that holds the controller was $4. So again, we ended up around the $60 range instead of $50, but again, I added the lights as just a kind of a bonus. So if we would have left out the lights, we would have been about $45, so well under our $50 budget. But again, it's going in my studio, it's going on the wall, so I wanted it to look cool. So 60 bucks still wasn't too bad for the build. I think it came out great. I'm sorry, I'm staring at it over on the wall there because it's lit up and it looks cool. So again, you know, if you guys want to do this at home and you don't need the lights, you'll be under 50 bucks for sure. I did go to Lowe's and I got a couple of things at Menards, but you could really get everything at Lowe's. Menards doesn't have the metal pegboard in those smaller pieces, so if you were going to do it, you could just go to Lowe's and get everything in one trip. But I was out and about, so stopped at Menards as well. But yeah, everything came out well. It was fairly easy to build. The hardest part was drilling the bigger holes through that metal sheet. I do have a bit for widening holes.
That's what she said.
So it does it really smooth, and I can actually, know how big the hole needs to be, which was great. But if you don't have those, a metal drill bit would work just fine. But that was the most difficult part and the most time-consuming part. But yeah, should be fairly easy for you guys to do at home. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. It helps me out a lot, lets me know you're out there, and I'm going to be posting more content like this. I've been trying to vary up what I've been posting. I do have some tutorials coming and some other video projects that I'm working on that I'm excited to share with you guys. So like and subscribe, that way you get when I'm posting more stuff. So yeah, that's it. See ya.